Yosemite, an iconic wonderland of towering granite cliffs, thundering waterfalls, ancient sequoias, and endless meadows carpeted with wildflowers. For decades, the valley has been celebrated as one of America's greatest treasures. In the early 1900s, Ansel Adams and others sought to protect this wild expanse from encroaching development, and in doing so helped establish one of our nation's first national parks. Today, millions of people visit each year to experience its splendor for themselves. But what if you want more than the well-trodden tourist path? Alex stood in awe, feeling as though she had stepped into another world. Ever the pragmatist quickly snapped out of her reverie, Alex began to feel a growing dissatisfaction. She realized that while these iconic sites were undoubtedly beautiful, they were also crowded with tourists. As they climbed higher, the air grew cooler, and the trees gradually gave way to meadows and granite peaks. Finally, they arrived at Tuolumne Meadows, a vast expanse of wild beauty that took their breath away. Rolling hills, dotted with wildflowers, stretched as far as the eye could see, while towering peaks formed a jagged crown in the distance. One afternoon, they stumbled upon a small lake nestled amidst the towering trees. Its surface was perfectly still, reflecting the surrounding peaks like a mirror. With a heavy heart, she said goodbye to the majestic mountains and wild beauty of Yosemite's high country. Back in the familiar surroundings of her city apartment, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing. But she could carry the lessons it had taught her within her heart. She could bring the courage to face challenges head-on, the curiosity to embrace new experiences, and the humility to appreciate the beauty of imperfection. That, she realized, was the greatest gift Yosemite could give her. It wasn't about capturing the perfect picture or checking off a bucket list. It was about showing up, being present, and allowing Yosemite to work its magic on her soul. And in that moment, she knew that she would carry the lessons of Yosemite with her forever. The towering trees and pristine landscapes of Yosemite had left an imprint on her soul that no amount of urban development could erase. The city seemed suffocating, its noise and crowds a stark contrast to the tranquility she had experienced in the wilderness. It was a moment of such quiet beauty that Alex felt tears welling up in her eyes. The tranquility of the scene was palpable, and she knew she had found a place of true solace. There was a sense of tranquility here that Alex had been craving, a feeling of being truly immersed in nature. True beauty, she discovered, lay in the experience itself. In the journey of exploring the great outdoors and embracing the wildness that comes with it, Yosemite hadn't just shown her stunning vistas. It had shown her the power of nature to inspire awe and humility. The towering granite cliffs, cascading waterfalls, and ancient sequoias were indeed magnificent, but they were just a part of the story. The real beauty of Yosemite, she realized, was in the quiet moments, in the sound of a lone bird soaring overhead, or the gentle rustling of leaves in a windstorm. It was in the challenge of a steep climb, or the solitude of a moonlit hike. It was in the feeling of being truly present in the moment, connected to something bigger than oneself. One morning, they awoke to a thick layer of fog that had settled over the valley. As the sun began to rise, it burned away the fog, revealing a landscape transformed. The towering peaks seemed to emerge from the mists like magic, creating a scene of ethereal beauty. Standing there in the crisp morning air, Alex felt a deep sense of connection with the natural world around her. The towering granite domes, the wind-swept meadows, and the gurgling streams all spoke to her of a beauty that was both humbling and inspiring. It was a far cry from the manicured perfection of the valley floor. Here nature was raw and untamed, yet it was this very wildness that made it so captivating. Majestic as twilight fell, they gathered around a campfire, roasting marshmallows and sharing stories. When the stars began to emerge, Alex lay back on her blanket and gazed up at the night sky. It was a tapestry of twinkling lights, so different from the city skies she was accustomed to. The Milky Way stretched across the heavens like a river of stars, and shooting stars streaked across the darkness, leaving trails of light in their wake. In that moment, Alex felt a profound sense of connection with the universe, as though she were part of something much larger than herself. The vastness of the sky mirrored the immensity of her own spirit, reminding her of the boundless possibilities that lay ahead. Views were often marred by the unsightly presence of selfie sticks and the constant chatter of visitors. The peace and tranquility she had so longed for seemed elusive in these popular areas. And as night fell, the crowds only grew larger. making it difficult to find solitude and quiet. He reminded her that they still needed to check into their cabin before settling in. As they drove deeper into the park, the towering trees created a tunnel overhead, their branches reaching towards the sky. Alex rolled down her window and breathed in the crisp, pine-scented air, feeling invigorated by the tranquility that enveloped her. Finally, they arrived at their secluded cabin, nestled amidst the trees. It was perfect. Just then, a deer emerged from the woods, its eyes sparkling with curiosity. Alex watched as it gracefully made its way to a nearby meadow, feeling a sense of serenity wash over her. This was exactly what she had hoped for, a true escape into the heart of nature. She had dreamed of this moment for years, and now it was real. They explored the valley floor, taking in the majestic sights and sounds of Yosemite. One afternoon, they hiked to the base of Yosemite Falls, where they stood in awe of the cascading water and the sheer height of the falls, as the mist from the falls enveloped them. Alex felt refreshed and rejuvenated, as if the falls themselves were blessing her with their purifying spray. Another day they visited the Mariposa Grove of giant sequoias, where they walked among the ancient trees and marveled at their immense size. The majestic Half Dome and El Capitan stood proudly in the distance, while the rushing waters of Yosemite Falls thundered down the sheer rock face. Alex could only stand there, mesmerized by the sheer beauty that surrounded her. As they sat around a crackling fire outside their cabin, Alex confided in her friend about her feelings of disconnection. She admitted that despite the stunning scenery, she hadn't felt a true sense of peace or belonging. Her friend listened patiently, understanding exactly what she meant. Together, they decided to venture beyond the valley in search of something more. They would head to the quieter Tuolumne Meadows, a vast expanse of alpine beauty located in Yosemite's high country. Her phone slipped from her numb fingers and cracked on the dashboard, but she didn't care. This was a moment to be savored, not documented. What if you seek the hidden, lesser-known charms that make Yosemite truly special? From the park's bustling gateway town of Groveland to the wild expanse of its high country, join me as we uncover the unexpected beauty that awaits those who venture beyond the pines in Yosemite National Park. Our story begins with a young woman named Alex, a city slicker who grew up dreaming of wide open spaces and fresh mountain air. Alex had always felt stifled by the city, yearning for something more. So when her friend invited her to join him on a trip to Yosemite, she jumped at the chance. Alex was thrilled when she learned they would be staying in a cozy cabin surrounded by towering trees. As they journeyed deeper into the park, the city noise slowly faded away, replaced by the soothing sounds of nature. Alex couldn't help but feel a sense of wonder as she realized she was entering a place like no other. As they rounded a bend in the road, the valley came into full view, a breathtaking panorama of granite cliffs, cascading waterfalls, and lush green meadows. But her friend, over the next few days, yet as the trip wore on, one evening, the drive was long and winding, taking them through dense forests and over rugged mountain passes. They spent their days exploring the high country, hiking through wildflower meadows and scrambling over granite domes. As the sun began its slow descent, they found a secluded spot to camp, nestled among the pines with a view of the darkening sky. As the days passed, they continued to explore the hidden gems of Yosemite's high country, discovering secluded lakes and granite spires that seemed to pierce the sky. But as their trip drew to a close, Alex knew that it was time to return to reality. It was then that she realized the true nature of beauty. It wasn't about the absence of crowds or the presence of picture-perfect landscapes. And as she looked around her cramped apartment, she knew that she couldn't bring Yosemite inside with her, at least not in its entirety.